What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video. And today's video is going to be another episode of explaining the raid mechanic. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about everything you need to know about running Negotiator's Dilemma during Boomer. So this is Operation Dark Hours, and the part that I want to talk to you about is right here. It's all about Boomer. So for this part, you do have to complete the tarmac area of the raid. Once you do that, it will start, your Boomer engagement for your boss fight. And this is where you will put on Negotiator's Dilemma. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to show you gameplay running this, a few different times with different raid teams, but it's all the exact same mechanic. This is hugely popular with all these LFG groups, with speed runs, with flawless runs, what have you. This seems to be the easiest way to get through Boomer, and I'm going to explain to you exactly what to do. Now, before we talk about the strategy, you have to have the build. So here's the build that you need to put on. Now, the weapons are the only part that you can change up if you want, but with survivalist specialization, reason being is throughout the raid I am running survivalist, whether it be on this build, on a DPS build, or even like the regulus build, what have you. I keep the survivalist special on because at the end for Razorback I want to have cross bolts for my crossbow. That way I can do generators if I need. I can do add control if I need to do that. But either way, I want to have special ammo. That way when I get to Razorback and say, somebody runs out of cross bolts and they need it real quick, I can be the guy to help. Now, the specialization, obviously you can change, but remember, if you are changing, in and out builds with different specializations, you will lose that specialization. Now, the weapons are interchangeable as well, but as long as you have high DPS, high rate of fire, you should be able to burst down any of the enemies. Now, I highly recommend that it at least be an AR and an SMG. So you could use anything for an AR, but I would probably recommend maybe like the FAMAS, because the FAMAS has such a high rate of fire. The Carbine 7's another good one, FAL, G36, Honey Badger, Military, AK, or even the Police M4. These are all good options, but personally, if you are not running the Eagle Bearer, I would probably say go with the FAMAS, just because it has that 900 RPM, and yeah, it's great for burst damage. Now, as far as the SMG, you can use whatever it is you want. I myself am using the Banshee just because I have basically it god rolled with measured, just so I could have that really quick burst damage and still have a lot of base damage that comes with it. But you could use anything from the Vector to the SIG MPX and what have you. But the only thing I ask is that if you're running this build, make sure you're running an AR and a SMG. It doesn't matter which one's primary, which one's secondary, but at least have those. That way you can burst damage the enemies that are really close to you, and then you can use your AR and shoot enemies at range. But the thing you need is crit. Negotiator's Dilemma and crit are your best friends. So let's talk about the build. Now, you need to run it in this exact fashion. So you have to have the 4 pieces of Negotiator's Dilemma. You have to use the backpack. The reason being is the talent on the backpack is called Critical Measures. That increases your damage with Negotiator's Dilemma from 60% to 100%. So using this backpack is vital. Alright, so you want Negotiator's Dilemma on your holster, knee pads, gloves, and backpack. Reason being is you are going to use the Coyote's mask. If you remember in previous raid videos, I've explained to you that the Coyote's Mask is perfect for Dark Hours raid because they stack on top of each other and they help out everybody. Not only yourself, but your teammates as well. So if you can get all three of these to proc together, everyone is just going to be insane amounts of damage. And then the last piece to this puzzle is the chess piece. You need to run the Grupo chess piece with Glass Cannon. Now I know I've seen a lot of people out there that run this exact same build, but instead of Glass Cannon, they'll run, say, Unbreakable just for survivability, which is fine, yes. However, if you really want to get Boomer down quick and easy, you need to have Glass Cannon, because Glass Cannon not only is going to allow you to have more damage to burst down those enemies, but all that damage is going to transfer to Boomer, and you want as much damage as possible. So that Glass Cannon is really going to help you out when it comes to getting Boomer down. Now, for all of these pieces, you need crit. So for all of my Negotiator's Dilemma, I have crit damage on every single piece, and it is maxed out for every single piece. Now for my mods, I'm using all crit damage mods. Reason being is the Negotiator's Dilemma gear set bonuses give you crit chance and crit damage. So what you need to do is you need to spec into as much crit damage as possible, because once you get the Coyote's Mask to proc, you're going to have max crit chance anyways. So you want to boost up your crit damage as much as possible, because with Negotiator's Dilemma, every time you crit on, say, an ad, it will do that exact same amount of damage to Boomer at the exact same time. So now that we've explained the build, looking at the skills, I run it with the Reviver Hive just in case someone goes down, and then with the Riot Foam. Riot Foam is amazing for ad control. It really is. Alright, so you know the build. Let's look at the stats, and then I'll talk about the mechanic. So these are the stats for the Eagle Bearer. Obviously, if you don't have the Eagle Bearer, you're going to have to try to, get as close to these numbers as you can. But we're around 119k weapon damage with 47 crit chance and 201 crit damage. Now, remember with the Coyote's Mask procs, you can get upwards of 35% crit chance and 35% crit damage. So that's going to give us max crit chance, and that's going to get us around 236 crit damage. Now remember, we are using that with the Negotiator's Backpack, so all of your crit hits will transfer over 100% of that damage to other marked enemies. Alright. So this is going to segue into the mechanics part, and then I'm going to just show you the gameplay. So, with the mechanics, listen closely. So when you're in Boomer, 8 people on your team. You are going to have 2 kiters. That is 2 people that will be going on the turrets and kiting Boomer around. Obviously, with one of them, they're going to be using the Scorpio. That way they can do double downs. And they have their job cut out for them. They have to do that. Now for Negotiators, these are for the ad control guys. The more Negotiators, the better. Basically, if you could get Boomer marked with Negotiators and then everybody have it shooting ads, you could easily get Boomer down within seconds. So when Boomer first comes out, you need to have a shot on Boomer, whoever has Negotiator's Dilemma. You will see the little red icon over his health bar, and you'll know. And not only that, but the Negotiator's Dilemma indicator, it'll have that time limit on there, so you can see how the bar gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and all you have to do is hit him with 1 crit shot, and it'll reset that timer. And then all you have to do is worry about your ads, and you are good to go. Not only that, but when I show you the gameplay, you can see that when I mark Boomer and then shoot ads, you can see as the ads are dying, that Boomer's armor bar is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. It's really cool. He does not have to be down on a knee to take this damage. So if everyone were to be running it, besides the kiters, it would be game over. So, the strategy is you have the 2 kiters, and then the rest are ad control people. The ad control people can all be running crit builds with negotiators, mark Boomer, kill all the ads, and while you're killing all the ads, it'll kill Boomer instantly. So, I hope you understand the mechanic. I hope you understand the build. So let me show you some gameplay. I'll show you a few runs. That way you don't just see it once, you see it a few times. And it is pretty quick. So, I hope you enjoy the video. I am Kamikazevondoom. If you enjoy these explaining the raid mechanics or explaining the farming method videos, let me know in the comment section below. And don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you're new, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'm Kamikazevondoom. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Detected. I've never seen readings like this. Looks like it's coming from the terminal. Get in there and see if you can pinpoint the source.
Yep.
Source of the energy signal confirmed. Seems to be some kind of high-tech defensive system. See if you can put it out of commission. Defense system node disabled.
What do you want to do down?
Defense system node disabled.
Back up now! Focus on those mounted weapons! It's working! Take the muscles offline! Cover me!
Defense system reactivating. Let's hope that system was just a prototype. Head to the hangar and see if you can dig up cargo manifests. We need to know what else Black Tusk has brought in. Unusual energy signature detected. I've never seen readings like this. Looks like it's coming from the terminal. Get in there and see if you can pinpoint the source.
Yep.
Source of energy. Seems to be some kind of high-tech defensive system. See if you can put it out of commission. Defense system node disabled.
What do you want to do?
Defense system node disabled.
Prepare
Shit, sorry.
All right. Hey, defensive module taking damage.
Reactivating. Let's hope that system was just a prototype. Head to the hangar and see if you can dig up cargo manifests. We need to know what else Black Tusk has brought in.
Yep.
Source of energy signal confirmed. Some kind of high-tech defensive system. See if you can put it out of condition. Defense system node disabled. Defense system node disabled.
Enemy has the minigun.
Defense system node disabled. Defense system node disabled.
Gotcha.
My bad. I was waiting for that kill. Kill Nikon.
Serious trauma detected. Agent incapacitated.
Defensive module, back up. Move it. Look out for the tunnel. Back up. Well, what do you know? Camera, back up.
Immediate medical assistance needed. Defense system has reactivated.
Terminals are up.
Hostile defense active.
Acid, I'm taking the turret.
Defense system node disabled.
They disabled the return.
Let's hope that system was just a prototype. Head to the hangar and see if you can dig up cargo manifests. We need to know what else Black Tusk has brought in. Unusual energy signature detected. I've never seen readings like this. Looks like it's coming from the terminal. Get in there and see if you can pinpoint the source. Defensive system. See if you can put it out of commission.
Defense system node disabled. Defense system node disabled.
Oh! Dude blew the hell up.
Well, what do you know? Repair modules back up.
Serious trauma detected. Agent.
Oh!
Defense system reactivating.
This module's taking damage.
Defense system reactivation aborted. Defense system disabled.
Repair module is working again. They disabled the repair module.
Let's hope that system was just a prototype. Hangar and see if you can dig up cargo manifests. We need to know what else Black Tusk has brought in.
Source of energy signal confirmed.
Some kind of high-tech defensive system. See if you can put it out of commission.
Defense system node disabled. Defense system node disabled.
They damaged the defensive module. On me, now! Defensive module taking damage. Hostile German guns out of action. Weapons free. God, I love repair modules. It's working. Repair modules out of commission.
System reactivating.
Alpha Bravo. Yep.
Somebody take out those German guns.
Defense system reactivation aborted. Defense system disabled.
Dangerously close. Defensive modules offline. Cover me.
Yeah,
Let's
buddy.
hope that system was just a prototype. Head to the hangar and see if you can dig up cargo manifests. We need to know what else Black Tusk has brought in.